Thank you for tuning in to another pre-market pulse scan. Today is Monday, April the 3rd, 2017. The time is 21 minutes after 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And for the most part, it's been a rather boring last week, which in a way I'm glad I didn't miss anything. But on the other hand, it kind of sucks. We've been kind of like in a holding pattern across the board. Very interesting non-moves and moves alike. It's just the markets are trying to decide what's going to happen here. It's a lot to digest. There's so much news. I have not even caught up with all the news that happened while I was away last week dealing with my daughter. So I'm going to be spending my day poring over all the different news pieces and figure out, what's going on in the world. And let's look at these markets, though, because these markets are telling a story right now. And we want to make sure that we are ready for it and that we have our ammunition ready to aim and fire. So let's look what happened in the overnights real quick. All right, right now bonds are still pretty much where I left them. They're at 150.27. All right, so we're still hanging around the 150s right now in the bond market. So your interest rate hike, as far as the next one being around the corner, according to the bond market, it's not happening. All right, bond market is saying it doesn't see any rate hikes right now in the foreseeable future. So we're good right now. The markets have lifted off that 46 low, and here we are. Now we're just holding steady at the 150s. Looking at the Dow has been holding steady at the mid 20,000, 20,006, 20,005. It's just waffling around. So we're holding 20,000. Right now it's up 6 points. The NASDAQ 100's holding the 54 mark at 54.43 at 4.5. S&P 500 is unchanged at 23.59 and a quarter. Nikkei up 60 at 19,075. Crude oil is a big surprise, but really no surprise at all. We're hovering at that $50 mark. We're at $50.65 right now, up a nickel. And the U.S. dollar index finished at right over par. The question is it going to stay above par? Is par going to be the new support for this, or what? Bitcoin also has been coming off. It's been trying to stay above 1,000. So it's waffling between 900 and 1,000. If I had to call it, I'd say it's more so, I'd give it 1,100 to 900, so like a $200 trading range on the Bitcoin. All right, looking at gold. Gold is down $3.10 at 1248.10. And silver is off 10 cents at $18.15.5. And natural gas is at 3.15 right now. We hit almost 3.24 last night, and we've pulled back to 3.15. So for the most part, commodities pulling back a little bit, but nothing really to be concerned about because the bullish momentum is still here. If you look at your charts, you're starting with gold. You'll see that for the most part, there's it hung on to the bullish sentiment as of Friday, but just barely. And now here we are. Now we're just dancing around that sentiment line right now. And the question is going to be: are we at a turning point here, like we did back during February the 27th, or is this going to be more extended? Are we going to build sort of like a base for the next leg up? It's anyone's guess right now as to the goal, but any hint that we have, we'll be able to pick it up in the algorithm. So let's take a look at what the algos have to say to us this morning. Let's see what they're talking about. I'm going to do something a little different. We're going to go right to the daily chart. I'm going to go right to the in-play daily tabs right now. Let's look at some of the rally alerts we have for Monday. Right now, I'm looking at the wheat futures. I see they definitely have a rally alert. We see cocoa futures, dry ships have rally alert on it. Let's see what else we got here. Some of the, all right, looks like FAS has a rally alert, and so does the energy bear ERY. Very interesting on that one. We'll see if that manifests itself. Let's see. We have a rally alert in GDX and GDXJ. This is a good one because the miners have been struggling for a couple weeks now. So they need to get something going here. I think this is the week to do it. We need to get out of the bullish Kumo cloud. All right. It's in the bullish Kumo cloud. We got a little bit of momentum gathering here on the weekly, and that's a good sign that we could be at the beginning stages of a rally. So we do have a weekly momentum surge under the uptrend column on the GDXJ on the in play tab. You can see it's under the Kumo cloud on the downtrend column. So we got a bullish Kumo cloud situation going where it's in the cloud, but it's maintaining a bullish sentiment. We got bullish momentum coming in, even though it's been in a locked in down channel, if you will, downtrend channel. But it's looking like that momentum may be changing, and that's a good thing. That's what you want to see for the bullish argument. Even though we have a mixed signal because we also have our stop runner. The stop runner indicator, is saying that the market's looking to run stops on the downside today. So you gotta really pay attention to that as well. We're going to get one more, run to the downside before this thing really reverses and builds some support. So I'm really going to be watching the GDXJ today. Really going to be watching that one. All right, what else we got here? We got some of the mining shares also have rally alerts, which makes sense if the GDXJ is going to start to get some legs to it. The good thing here, I don't know if you saw the good thing or not, but one thing of interest here is the fact that the inverse ETF on the Nasdaq 100, the QUID, also the SQQQ. They both have rally alerts as well. Now, we haven't really seen anything manifest in the overnight market per se, as we just went over that a moment ago, but we can't ignore the QUID and the SQQQ. So I'm going to be watching those today as well. Also, you see JNUG has a rally alert, which is good because if the GDXJ is going to lift off, it's going to need to take the JNUG with it. Also, another thing of note is the biotech. Biotech looks like it wants to try to do something here, so we'll be watching that one as well. Let's see, got a couple more of note here. Let's see. UGAS. UGAS has a rally alert. You know, natural gas has really been lifting off here the last couple of days. So I anticipate a continuation pattern on that one. It's been in a pullback mode off of the downtrend. It's been on a very long-term downtrend, but the weekly momentum is shifting, beginning to shift on that one. So definitely want to watch that as well. Could get one more thrust to the downside to run some stops before putting in a base for the rally on that one. So going to watch that as well. All right, let's take a look at some crash alerts that we got. All right, Knick Knack Paddywhack, NAK, has a crash alert. What else is new? This one really has been struggling to stay above $2. So we'll have to look and see what's going to happen. You do have the monthly momentum is still locked in. It's been in a severe pullback, as you know, and it's been locked in on the downside. So we'll see if we'll see how low it goes. It obviously hasn't hit a bottom yet. The only bright spot is that you do have some sign of some kind of buying interest coming in because you do have a locked in bullish sentiment under the positive momentum side of things. So there could be some hope yet in that one. Looking at the natural gas, I spoke about that earlier. The future side does show a crash alert, and you are in a bullish Kumo cloud setting on the monthly. All right, so it looks like sentiment has definitely been changing in the natural gas. We've been seeing it going up, but it looks like it wants to pull back and run some stops today with that crash alert. So keep an eye out for that. Also, looks like the crude oil space could be pulling back. OIH has a crash alert on it. So we'll be watching to see what happens today. This could be an interesting day. It may not be a boring Monday after all. Looking at Taser has a crash alert on it. Tesla, we could be seeing a pullback there. U.S. Steel. So we have some good ones to take a look at. So trading room, we're about to go shopping. YouTube audience, I'm back. So everyone, remember, bulls make money, bears make money, and pigs get slaughtered. So remember to take what you can and give nothing back. Trading room, hang on. Caught up with all the news that happened while I was away last week dealing with my daughter. So I'm going to be spending my day poring over all the different news pieces and figure out, what's going on in the world. And let's look at these markets, though, because these markets are telling a story right now, and we want to make sure that we are ready for it and that we have our ammunition ready to aim and fire. So let's look what happened in the overnights real quick. For the most part, it's been a rather boring last week, which in a way I'm glad I didn't miss anything. But on the other hand, it kind of sucks. We've been kind of like in a holding pattern across the board. Very interesting non-moves and moves alike. It's just the markets are trying to decide what's going to happen here. It's a lot to digest. There's so much news. I have not even caught. Thank you for tuning in to another pre-market pulse scan. Today is Monday, April the 3rd, 2017. The time is 21 minutes after 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And